Hello, my name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Daily Climb for Slay the Spire's 25th of March 2019 Daily Challenge. We have the Silent, specialized, start with 5 copies of a single card. Red cards now appear in shop rewards and cards, and card rewards only contain 2 cards. It really depends on what card we start with as to whether... Whenever you play a card, gain 1 block. Well, obviously, we need to upgrade as many of those as is humanly possible as early as possible, as well as fight every available elite. After just a couple of rounds, we should make it, or rather, it should be relatively easy to avoid taking any damage at all. And we already know the kinds of cards we're going to want to include in this type of deck. Those being any that let us play multiple cards for the cost of a single card. So Shiv Generation is obviously great. Anger would also be really good, considering red cards are able to show up. We have a lot of defense. We just need damage to match. Take Perfected Strike? I mean, it's helpful that I can cut all of the defense and not really care as long as I have all of these after images and Perfected Strikes. But it's red cards now appear in shops and rewards. Is it they also appear in shops and rewards, or only red cards appear? Because if it's only red cards, I definitely take Perfected. I'm gonna pass it for the moment though. Yeah, I'll take the Curse. 7 max HP. Garbage pickup of a relic for that curse. But I did want curses in this deck anyway, so I can't complain too loudly. Okay. Almost to the point where I can just attack. Come on, 3 attacks in the same hand. Nope. Well, I guess kind of. Yeah, that'll work. 2 attacks. No, but at the very least I get the ability to discard the regret that was about to cause us so much misery and strife. Clothesline? Okay, so the green cards can show up. Clothesline is... I kind of have to take it just so that I can push through these upcoming elites. If I had other options, I would have gone with them, but I didn't have other options now, did I? Perfected Strike would have been taken on faulty grounds, and then I wouldn't have necessarily had enough strikes to really kind of fulfill that kind of build. And that's the only other card I've been offered so far. Weak Potion as well as Sucker Punch. That's just a weaker Clothesline. No. Havoc is pretty good, yeah. Yeah, because when upgraded it's 0 cost, so it's just 0 cost as many after images as I have out, gain twice that many charges of block. It's pretty good. Okay, only 1 strike for the frontliner, and then we should be fine. And we're set up the easiest kill of all time. Phew. Pommel Strike draws a card for us. It's a little bit more energy, a little bit more damage as well. Kind of just taking it so that I can push through the upcoming elites. All of these after images need to be upgraded, otherwise they're going to be garbage for hallway fights. It's just finding the time to upgrade them is going to be really rough. Pretty good turns so far. After image, all Havoc, which plays a defend. Yep, I managed to full defend that turn. Hell yeah. Good work, Havoc. So the enemy splits at 63, so one more attack would split them, so I'll play the after image. Knew they weren't attacking that turn, so I didn't bother playing the after image first. So defense. I'm not going to want to split them with just a single strike, although I will be weak. No matter when I split them, I'll be weak. Oof. Thank heck for all of those after images, otherwise I would have had a really bad turn right there. Now I'm weakened again, damn it. Plays defense, and then I'll just go as aggressive as I possibly can here at the end. I feel like what might have killed people in this run is not being able to find any damage at all. I'm actually running into that problem myself as well. After images being upgraded during the combat is awful, right? Because they become innate. That puts them in the opening hand of your combat, but you're already halfway through the combat. So armaments, there's 6 cards in this deck that armaments can't hit. Which makes it tragically poor on the first shuffle at least. Sweet. My whole goal here is just get all of my after images out before I wake up the enemy. They were going to wake up that turn regardless. So. And that's every after image out that I can generate. If I can keep the enemy weak this turn, and I can, great. Well, if I could have kept the enemy weak as well as played 3 cards, I would have been in a good position now. So I do want as little defense in this deck as is humanly possible to have. Sweet, only 3 more damage here. Havoc plays defend. Okay, every time the Havoc burns a defend out of our deck, I'm really pleased right now. Every single time that's been a godsend. Lug Walden down, and we get the specimen. Whenever an enemy dies, transfer any poison it has to a random enemy, as well as Immolate. Do I take Immolate here? Just gives us a bunch of damage, I have to. The pair, raise your max HP by 10. Okay, the pear and the strawberries. So we've raised 17 max HP. We only need 13 more, and that's just 1 mango. Until I'm actually in a reasonable position. For the sake of getting a score modifier at the end of this run, that is. Okay. So I've got to remember, I do have Immolate in this deck right now, which means that I only need to do 21 damage to all of my enemies, which is why that frontliner is set to 20. There goes the Immolate. I'll even Havoc. Yeah, just place a defend, fair enough. Not a defend, but a dazed, which gives us defense. Just for having been played. After image is really, really, really powerful when stacked. I do want to get them all in the opening hand, and then I might want to experiment with the fact that if you have more than your opening hand size, so 5 by base, if you have more than that, ooh, Bottled Flame. I put neutralizing the opening hand because my opening hand is going to be Immolate, it's going to be after image, after image, after image, after image, after image, neutralize. So then I'll cast the neutralize at the very end for 5 block. So I want low energy things, if not no energy things. Do I want to take a Tools of Trade here just so that I can get past Regret and Burns that are put into our deck by the Immolate? Sure. That actually now seems totally useful and viable to me. Anyway, I wanted to experiment with the fact that if your opening hand size is, say, 5 by base, and you have more than that in innate cards, you actually overdraw your first hand. It's really good. Or rather, it can be really good. So I'm going to want to pick up, like, a bunch of copies of Backstab or something like that. Especially because they're 0 cost, right? So that I can play them anyway. Backflip doesn't really make sense here. I don't need more AoE, so I'm not taking the other card either. Here, I really want all of the after image upgraded. After images upgraded. As much as I could get more damage, it's important to focus here. Let's lose the weak potion. We get Lantern. Start each combat with additional energy. That's actually really, really, really powerful for us. We've also got membership card, 50% discount on all products. This is really early in the run to pick this up, so I'm more than happy to take it. Regal Pillow, whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP. We shouldn't need that at all. I am going to want to leave that regret in the deck for the time being. Do I want to take an Infinite Blade? Yeah, Infinite Blade is just extra block per turn, and it can also be upgraded to become an 8. Those defends are pretty useless right now. So I'll remove those. And do I take the Battle Trance here? Draw 3 cards. You can not draw additional cards this turn. Yeah. Upgrade another After Image. Upgrade that Infinite Blades. It's also going to be an 8. Mummified Hand is obviously the best thing they can pick up in this run. Yep, get 3 block every single time I cast something here. Ideally, we can defend ourselves against the first blow up the enemy does. I say ideally, not guaranteed, though. I don't have any strength. I'm going to Offering here literally just so that I can play every card. Or in fact, just many of them. There we go. Managed to full defend myself that turn. Thank you. Battle Trance for the extra draw. Just kicking as much damage as is humanly possible here. The enemy splits at 70. So I'll want to split the enemy next turn, right, with the Immolate. It's the best split I can do. Sweet. Havoc plays defend. We get a pretty reasonable amount of block from just that. I have to play another defend here if I actually want to keep my perfect up. Come on, and more damage. Yeah, that'll have to do. 2 hits left to kill that backliner. Or, you know, less. Or fewer hits, rather. And it looks like I'm actually going to be able to cinch up the perfect here. I was actually a little worried about that. I'm very pleased it came down in our favor. 100 gold as well as 1,000 cuts. We do intend to play as many cards as possible. 1,000 cuts is a great way for this to deal damage. I'll take Sozu here rather than the Runic Dome. I do want the extra energy. Sozu is really good for that, but the Runic Dome depriving me of being able to look at my enemy's intents is actually going to prevent us from getting some perfects here. And because we're in a daily mode, perfects actually matter a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. So I'm having a look at this path. I've got 3 opening question marks. Then I've got an elite, a campfire, another question mark, another campfire, elite, campfire, question mark, shop. Like, it's value packed. Every single part of this is geared towards giving me, like, a huge amount of value. Awesome. So yeah, again, we're just incentivized to play as many cards as we possibly can at all times. 1,000 cuts does need to be upgraded as soon as possible, though. It's tragically weak at the moment. It gets twice as effective when it's upgraded, so it's one of those rare cards that is complete garbage until you upgrade it, and then it's completely fine. choke. See, the thing is, we will play many cards, but we're not going to play many cards in a hand after a choke, necessarily. We would if we had a lot of zero costs already in the deck, but we don't, right? We're going to be looking for single cards that generate a lot of zero cost cards that I get to play. So what are the chances that I have that in the same hand as I happen to have my... What are the odds that I happen to have that in the exact same hand as I happen to have my choke? Currently, not very large, right? I got a 25 card deck. Give me shivs, game. You must provide me with the shivs. Put that one in the ground forever. As I can cast all of my cards next turn. Then we're in a good position. Goodbye, bird, and hello to Piercing Whale. It's actually still really good defense, especially while I'm setting up. So this would force Immolate to hit twice at the very least. It's also another curse for the deck. Necronomicon. The first attack you play each turn costs 2 or more, or rather that costs 2 or more is played twice. Upon pickup, obtain the special curse. So yeah, that's what I was referring to when I said it'll double play Necronomicon. Necronomicon, double play Immolate. I happen to be bang on. So Immolate is now a more pressing upgrade than it might have. Oh, right, that'll get double played as well. I didn't even think about that. Clothesline. But it's a more pressing upgrade than it has been before. And now we're also looking more heavily at... Sword Boomerang? No. Now we're also looking more heavily at any cost 2 or higher attack. I wanted to make sure that I didn't draw after I played all those alpha images, just in case I happened to draw exactly the one card I didn't want to draw. One sec, while I play basically every card in my deck. Specifically, I just needed not to draw the Immolate. Well, now we get Immolate. Of course, now we get Immolate. Have just enough to kill, though. Red Mask. At the start of each combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. Flying Knee. Flex actually makes a little bit of sense, but we don't play enough attacks for Flex to be really that good. If we did have Shivs in the deck, then Flex would make a lot more sense. It's just currently, like, 4 block as well as 1 damage to all enemies, which for a single card, that's not actually that great. Flying Knee is an extra energy next turn. We pretty much always need an extra energy next turn, so I'll take the Flying Knee right now. This has been a great opening for us. I'll take the Tools of the Trade. It's more important I dig through my deck faster so I can get to my Immolate. Okay, so I double play Immolate here. It's a kill. Do I want to get rid of the Regret? Saves me 5 HP here? Sure. Very hopeful that our next hand has the 1,000 cuts, and it does. Neat. Blocked all but one of the incoming damage that turn. That's pretty damn good, yo. If only we had one more of those after images out a little bit earlier. Things could have been so different. Do I double the... Yeah, I double the Immolate. I was debating doubling the Clothesline, but no. Blue Candle, unplayable curse cards can now be played. When we play curse, lose 1 HP and exhaust the card. Interestingly now, I can play the Necronomic Curse 1 HP for 5 block and 1 damage to all enemies as many times as I want. Exhume? Is there anything I would want to exhume with this deck? Not really. Lost that. Unfortunately, those after images still need to be upgraded. They are still our priority. 5 apparitions for 50% of my max HP. No, because we're already fully defended, so while that does give us a collector's bonus, it's not necessary. Anchor started combat with 10 block. Great. We already have a huge amount of block in our turn 1. So our opening hand now should be 6 cards. After image, 6, 7. All right, 7 because of the Ring of Snake, but 8 because of the Neutralize being put in a bottle. So now I just, well, I would after image. Yeah, I still do that. After image. All the enemies are weakened, and I have 10 block on turn 1. So I'm actually really, really defensible on turn 1, or rather really capable of defending myself on turn 1. My position is defensible. All right, we're gonna have a problem next turn. I'm probably, it's not the most likely thing, but it's probable that, yeah, I'll pick up Immolate, and I'm gonna be really sad about that. Because I don't get to play it this turn. It would have been lethal on at least 2 characters. 2 characters? Yeah, with the extra damage I would have done with other cards, it would have been lethal on at least 2 characters. I can save myself a perfect here by keeping the Necronomicon in my hand. The possibility of just playing it infinite times. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that a little bit. So incoming damage is what? 28, 30? 30 incoming damage? I'm already full defended. 30? Oh, it was 40! Ooh, good thing I played a few more cards there and ended up actually fully defended. Let's just murder the back line of there, set myself up for the Immolate double next turn. Really? Of course we don't get the double Immolate that turn. Literally the bottom card of the deck. Immolate has been in the worst position for us every single time. I'm actually amazed. Shining Smiling Mask. The Merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold, as well as a leg sweep. Yes, we do want big defensive single cards like that. Immolate needs to be upgraded. Infinite Blades also needs to be upgraded, actually. 1,000 cuts. It's a collective fight. It's not a collective fight. I'll take the Immolate upgrade. Do I take the curse here? I'll put another curse in my deck, sure. Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. We're not going to want to take that. Dramatic Entrance. Innate. Deal 6 damage to all enemies. Sure. Great for this deck. Gremlin Horn. Whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. I don't know how relevant for us that's going to... Well, it makes our Immolate turns really, really, really effective. I'll take that, and I'll remove another defense. Smith, 1 more card. We probably want another Innate. It's either that, or it's 1,000 cuts, or it's Havoc, or it's... Well, Infinite Blades is the upgrade that would become Innate. I think it's Havoc. I need to be able to play Havoc every single time that I encounter it. It's a pretty good opening turn right there. Pretty powerful. Every time I play a card, I defend for 5. Yeah, you know what? That's fine by us. I'll play the Decay to get it out of my hand. Double play Immolate for a double kill there as well. Let's tools the trade. I'm not going to bother using the Battle Trance for an extra draw here. Not yet. Okay, Leg Sweep is perfectly positioned in this hand. Thank you. Could have done that in a different order, but it didn't matter. The enemy already had block, and I wasn't going to be damaging them this turn. Choose a card to discard. Okay, it's pretty important that I do as much damage as possible here, but it's also really important I keep the enemy weak forever. So I'm actually going to prioritize the clothesline. Okay, 38 damage this turn. That actually shouldn't even be too difficult for me to completely avoid. That'll do it. Hey! Even managed to havoc out a burn there. Piercing Wail actually really still makes sense in this deck. The enemy can multi-attack. For example, see this turn. Okay, so I deal 2 damage every single time I play a card. I could just play Necronomicon until the enemy is dead. And since it's self-damage, it doesn't count. Wait, hang on. I'll play it 20 times so that I can get the combo. But since I'm not dealing 2 damage per time I play this, thanks to 1,000 Cuts. I don't know how many cards I played this turn, actually. But since I'm not playing it... I could just set up for lethal next turn. Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, since I don't have 1,000 Cuts upgraded... I have to have more direct HP than the enemy in order to just play Necronomicon until they lose. It's going to be hilarious when I get the Time Eater as my final boss. Mortifying, but absolutely hilarious. Body Slam, as it turns out, would be a really good card in this deck. I think I may have turned it down earlier, and that's just a huge mistake on my part. So I've definitely got the modifier now, and then lethal. Liquid Bronze, as well as Feed and Phantasmal Killer. Neither of those really make sense in this deck right now, do they? Phantasmal Killer, we can't guarantee that we'll be able to hit next turn. Like, half of the turns we don't. We actually take nothing now. Extra energy is really important, so we'll take the Philosopher's Stone. We're now going to want some extra draw in this deck as well, so backflips would be taken. Okay, there's a path for 3 elites here, and my score would not forgive me if I didn't stand up to each and every one of them. Six energy on turn 1, so I can play out all of those. That is remarkable, you have to admit. Come on. Hey. Just wanted to kill. That's all I wanted. Blade Dance pre-upgraded. That's 4 cards. 4 cards, and I only have to cast 1 of them. Hell yes, that's incredible. One more Darkling down as well, thank you. Shrug it off. Yeah, a bit of card draw as well as some giant defense. I'll take 222 gold there for already having the red mask in the deck. Do I take the Curse of Writhe? I mean, it literally just increases the size of my opening hand right now. Yeah. And that's just another curse for our deck as well. So now we only need 1 more curse in order to get the curses modifier. Sure. Trip is pretty good here. Is it? Who's our final boss? Donu and Decker. Okay, so Finesse is really good. Dark Shackles is really good. Trip is fine. Good Instincts is actually probably better for us. Specifically against the boss at the end of the floor. Oh man, this opening hand is wild. I'll burn out the Writhe. And the Regret and the Decay. Ah, Immolate, really? Shouldn't have drawn. But what were the odds? Well, not what were the odds. The odds are pretty obvious, but still. Ah. Get a ridiculous amount of block this turn. The enemy's not even attacking for that much, and I don't have 1,000 cuts up, and I don't even have 1,000 cuts upgraded, even if I did have it up. So, you know, it's going fine. Oh my god, Immolate, you suck so much. Of course it turns up on the wrong turn. Of course. It's almost all of our damage. No one tell anyone that. They might take advantage. Shiv you to hell and back. I don't want to draw these strikes again, so I don't play them early. Don't you dare put Immolate in my next hand. Don't you dare. Oh, no Immolate. Wait a second. That was the hand I wanted Immolate in. Damn it. Ancient Tea set. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. Our opening hand now has 8 energy. That's pretty big. Whenever you draw a status card, draw 2 cards. I'm actually going to put that in my deck. The Dono and Decker do trash our deck with Dazed, but more importantly than that, or rather, actually less importantly than that, the Immolate also puts burns, rather. Whirlwind is actually not that important to us. Be a lot better. Okay. 1,000 Cuts finally gets its upgrade. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Lost Hungry Face, whatever. 25 gold from this chest. I went for the risk basically because I wanted another relic just so that I could try and get as many relics as possible. But that was never really going to affect anything positively for me there, unfortunately. Okay. I'll accept that amount of damage per turn. Let's also get that Dark Shackles out of there early, and hell, double clothesline as well. Because we don't play enough cards in a turn for this to be an easy combat. Not yet, at least. Okay, 10 incoming. I can drop the Regret or I can burn it, so I never draw it again. Since we'll be in this fight for a while, I feel like that's probably the better idea. Havoc plays a Survivor. Immolate is still in the deck. It's in the bottom 4 cards of the deck, so that means that in 2 shuffles through this deck, I'm only going to get to play Immolate once. A bit rough. Okay, so that plays for 44 twice right now. I was going to play the Necronomicurse rather, until that was going to be a single hit lethal on the enemy. But since the Necronomicurse went from the left side of my hand, as in playing it with just clicking, or rather hitting the 1 key, it went to the right side of my hand, so I had to hit 2 instead, but I still hit 1, so I played the Immolate that I really was not intending to play for a while at the very least. Oh well. It happens. Maybe it'll save me from losing a ridiculous amount of HP. I mean, it definitely will save me from losing a ridiculous amount of HP. It's just maybe that's worthwhile. Oh, double blade Immolate here. Okay, yeah, no. It ends up saving us a ridiculous amount. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck, as well as another Evolve and a Flex. Well, Flex makes more sense right now, but still not enough. Thank you. There's our final curse. All right, that's 5 curses in our deck. We now get the curses modifier. Hopefully no one else managed to get 5 curses, because I took every available curse. That is a good... I'm feeling like we might have a good score going on here. Double Giant Immolate. I'm already defended as well. Let's go for Havoc Blade's Clothesline twice. I'll Flying Knee for the extra energy next turn. Single stab there actually full defends me. Doesn't even change the enemy's intent because I didn't break their block. Well, I did break their block. I just didn't break through their block. Well, get to keep the enemy weak forever at least. Ugh. Let's pitch that burn. So we got to draw after the burn because of the evolve. Interesting. Wouldn't have thought it would have worked in that order. Okay. It's a hell of a lot of casting to do very, very little right there. Find me Immolate. Oh, didn't I actually burn Immolate? I did not, no. Well, then find me Immolate, damn it! Could scarcely be clearer about this. Good lord, sorry, had to pause the mic to sneeze there. Found the Immolate in time, though. This deck still has no damn damage in it. Ooh. Footwork. Dex improves block gain from cards. Gives you 2 decks. I mean, we don't really need that. We already have enough defense in the deck. I might just take the hand drill. It's going to allow me to apply vulnerability to the enemy pretty easily next combat. That is to say, in the boss combat at the end of this floor. Fine, I'll just take a bunch of stuff. I'll take the footwork and hell, I'll even take Calculated Gamble. Actually, you know what? I should take a couple more cards just to pad out the deck, right? Take the flex, take the flying knee. I'm not going to get to 50, but I'll get reasonably close. Hell yeah! Everyone's mad vulnerable already. Love it. Just get me my Immolate this turn. Come on. Perfect fight. Immolate. Immolate. Could not have tried harder. Come on. Well, I'll play the 1,000 Cuts first here, just in case. Never mind, managed to find the Immolate, we're all good. Escape plan, sure, that's just extra effects for us. I mean, I'll Writhe, Decay, Dramatic Entrance. I have to dedicate more than every attack to the same target in order to kill anyone here. So I feel like I'm just probably not killing either of them here. And this is exactly what I deserve for having made that turn. Let's go for the Swift Potion and shrug it off first. Havoc for a free card. We got... not a great one. Calculated Gamble gives us a bunch of other stuff. Piercing Wail here is actually really good, at least. There's the double Immolate. Exactly what I was looking for. And we had the ability to draw down to it thanks to the Calculated Gamble. Thank you, Calculated Gamble. There are actually enough trash cards in this deck for that to be a useful card for me. At least situationally trash. I mean, we could end up on the first page here. It's possible. Stranger things have happened. Play the regret, only lose 1 HP rather than the 2. Letting the turn time out. Got him. Singing Bowl, when adding cards to your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. There's a Body Slam, I'll take that. And I'll probably even upgrade it in the next space. Ridiculous amount of damage for this deck. Oh, God. This is just nasty. Alright, 51 free block on the first turn. I didn't even really play block cards that turn, so... Neat. I just get to play all of these? Oh, hell yes. Weaken the backline of the next 3 turns. And then shiv, shiv, shiv away. Frontliner needs to be... or needs to have their artifact removed. Double hit him with the clothesline. Oh, there it goes. What majesty, what beauty, what grace. Okay. Played a flying knee that turn. At the very least, we've got the extra energy available for the next turn, which could be useful if we happen to draw the Immolate, especially. There it is. Footwork will double up on an Immolate. We can hit, and then hit for 45? No, focus on Deca. By the way, if I had a fed on Deca here, that wouldn't have won me the game. Or wouldn't not have gotten me the achievement for feeding on Deca. Feeding on Dono. That's only available in the non-daily fights. He's hitting 37. So I don't even need to play Necronomicon, but here I can just play Necronomicon until we win the game, and I think it's cool as hell, so I'm just going to do it. And all counts as self-damage, so it doesn't prevent me from perfecting this boss fight. Hell yeah. Usually it's the Ironclad doing shenanigans with this. Oh, right, I drew an extra card. That makes sense. Whew. And one more for the kill. There we go. Just standing there, reading the hell out of this page. And dunking on the enemies for it. 1281. I think that is the first page. I think 11 something was the bottom. Did I get beyond perfect there? Wait a second. I skipped past that really quickly. I was 6th. Nice. I could have gotten a couple of collector's bonuses there. I think. Any immediately come to mind that we missed out on? Not immediately. Well, actually, the apparitions would have been a collector's bonus, but then I also would not have gotten the other bonus that I got, which was for having a larger amount of max HP. Hang on, will it actually tell me exactly what my score was at the very end there? Because I skipped past it way too quickly. Leaderboards run history, there we go. So score. So it'll tell me my score, but it won't tell me what my score comprised of? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Still, really, really good score. And we managed to get on the first page. 6th, no less. Feeling pretty good about it. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.